Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Vic's Views. Happy Easter to all you guys out there, folks, families. Hope you guys are enjoying this beautiful day. It's nice out there today, especially here. I'm looking outside. It's beautiful out here. So, have a blessed Easter, and I hope you're enjoying your family and all. I'm just chilling. I want to talk about this Titanfall 2. Uh, this game, when I was told about it, I think somebody at GameStop told me about it, and I looked on. I looked at. I just listened to a couple people talk about it, and I remember, uh, the first game, and I didn't like it. I thought it was pretty cool when I jumped into the big robots, and I tried to play it. You had to be online. You had to play other. You had to play against other people. And God, it just wasn't my thing. I never was a big online guy. Destiny was the best game I ever played. That was fun to play with people, but I didn't like Destiny 2. But I did love Destiny 1. Destiny 2, I just couldn't get into it. But anyway, we talking about Titanfall 2. I heard rumors that there was supposed to be another new Titanfall game coming out. After this one was made, they was thinking about making another one. And I was kind of getting excited. I'm almost done with this game. I flew through this game, and I put this game in. I did. I remember I was a little skeptic when I popped this game in. Because I've heard a lot. I've heard people tell me, "Man, you ever play that Titanfall 2? Man, it's good." I said, "Man, I couldn't get into that." He said, "No, I'm talking about Titanfall 2." And I said, "Yeah, I heard about it, man. I'm just thinking." He said, "No, man, it's got one heck of a campaign on it, man. I mean, that campaign is legit." So I was like, really? I said, yeah. So I decided to buy it. I popped this game in, and I popped this game in, and for me to take off like I did, oh my goodness, man, this game, man, especially when you get in that Mac, that robot, you get in your giant, you get in that giant machine. It was so cool because when I was fighting and shooting people, and this campaign is awesome because you got enemies you are fighting against, and you also got little creatures, and you got to do all of this jumping. Now I ain't gonna lie, I don't care for the jumping. That's one thing they could have took out. I just do not care for that jumping part. There's so many times when I was flying through this thing, and I'm getting all excited, and then I got to do all this jumping, and I just didn't care for it because it shows this silhouette of a person, and then it shows them jumping across all this stuff, and I'm like, it's cool and all. I just never liked that. I just thought that's one thing they could just. That's one thing I thought they just could have took out of this. But I did it, and I'm just about done with this game. But I'm the type of guy that I'm always playing you know all type of different games, and I will eventually finish this. But I'm almost at the end. But I started playing another game, and then I got into that, and then so weird. I've finished games. It just takes me a long time to finish, and life just gets in the way, and I just don't. Let's get back to it when I get back to it. But I got this game. I got another game, and another game, and another game. I got about 4 games I'm in the middle of, and this one's almost at the end. I'm just stuck on a wall jump. If I can get past that wall jump, uh, then I'll be all right. What I'll probably have to do, I'll probably have to do I get on a walkthrough and see how they did. I've tried everything. I jump and I'm almost, it's got this one jump where you jump and you gotta jump, and then you gotta jump over here to get over this loop, man. I want to get over that loop so bad. I even tried to see if I could bypass that part, and you just can't. So I was like, man, dang, because when I play Ratchet and Clank Ripped Apart, they got these puzzles that get on my nerves. And I went back to options. It says, would you like to bypass that puzzle? I was like, yeah, I want to bypass it. And it goes to the next area, which I don't care because I don't have patience for all that. There's a part in Ratchet and Clank that you got to go through all this stuff just to get to the other side. And I did one, but I was like, I want to get this game done because I really enjoyed that Ratchet and Clank. But this, I'm almost done with this. But the reason why I'm talking about this, because this is another reason why, you know, I like collecting physical copies. You guys know I like talking about movies and I like talking about video games. And Reason why I can't talk about video games that much because you got to play them. Reason why I can talk about movies more because I built this channel on movies, but I also built this channel on games, but movies more because games is harder to get through. I'm not like most people that just can blow through games, you know. Uh, I'm just not. But I was looking at, you know, the digital outlook, and you know, I was disappointed because I heard it was going to. Because I know if they did make another Titanfall, it would be a good. This campaign just rocks. So I knew they probably would get into it. But then again, I can understand that, you know, they might not want to do it because, you know, money's tight, man. Got to make that money back somehow. But another thing I wanted to share about, you know, why I love collecting, you know, physical copies is, let me ask you guys a question. This is a good question. Now, you might sit there and say, well, if you look online now, a lot of the games are expensive. You know, they're trying to do away from us collecting physical copies, right? And you know they're trying to go all digital. Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, and so uh, I'm thinking, man, that do you think the physical copies are going to be kind of costly in the future? And what I mean by that is like the more and more we go into the digital era, and the more and more people get away from collecting physical copies, and the more and more the companies stop making them. I'm just wondering if a lot of these people who are sitting on a lot of these physical copies, you know, are they going to be worth a lot of money? Especially if somebody's got a bunch of them, they took good care of them. Like if somebody was to get mine, they would be getting some unscratched, very well taken care of. Not that I'm saying nobody else does, but you know, I was just, you know, I look on, you know, the companies are, they don't, you know, because like if you look at this, you can see the back. Pardon the light. You can see the back. You can see how they put all that stuff in the back and the print and all that stuff, and that takes a lot of work, you know, for companies to go through all that, and you know, printing the disc and all that kind of stuff. So you know, it's just, you know, it just, you know, you got, you know, they want to do away with all that. Like just take this disc for instance. They, you know, companies be like, man, I love to do away with that disc. Just throw that bad boy on some storefront and just download the game. But my biggest thing about that is like, you know, I always don't understand why people don't realize that the internet is what you're gonna have to rely on. That means you have to have the internet. You know, and I don't know about a lot, you know, due to my age and everything and being late to the video game world, because I wasn't late to the video game world. It's just that I had a lot of stuff going on in my life, and then when I got back into videos, watching my kids as they grew up, and then I met a lot of my friends, and they turned me on a lot of games. So I don't have the knowledge that they have, but I'm just wondering about, you know, some games I know that you can pop in and they just work right away. You ain't got no anything. Where now, you know, you got some games that are like, you know, partially on the disc, and the rest of it has to be. So I don't know all about that stuff, but I do know there's a lot of older games that I could just pop in. There's somebody that put a comment on my thing where he's got most of his games on a hard drive or something like that. I forgot what he said, but I do like collecting physical copies. I just like having the physical copy, the disc, and you know, I talked to a guy at work, and you know, he told me, he said, man, I'm lazy. He said, I don't collect physicals. He said, man, well, I don't have to get up, pop a disc in. He told me, he said, I can turn on my PlayStation. He said, I can turn on my Xbox because he doesn't have a PlayStation. He says he has an Xbox. He said, and I could just play the game. He said, he's flat out said, man, I'm just too daggone lazy is what he told me. Well, not me. I like having physical copies, and I love collecting physicals, and it's just something about it. But I'm asking you guys, what you guys think? Do you guys think that a lot of these physical copies going to be worth a lot of money in the future when they start becoming, I guess, extinct? You know what I mean? Like, is there going to be like people who are, I don't know the word, vintage collectors or something like that in the next 20 years? It's going to be trying to look for rare games that are on physical copies and got these systems that still work, and they want to, you know, be like a museum or something like that, because there's a lot of people that's still sitting on physical copies. So I'm just wondering if these things are gonna be worth a lot of money. But like I told y'all before, and I will say this in closing, I just don't know why people are so dead set on relying on the internet. That just baffles me that most of the people are relying on the internet because you're literally relying on the internet. You cannot play any games unless the internet's on. But yet you know, companies are dead set on, freaking, putting everything digital. I admit, man, it's very convenient. I'm not gonna lie, you know. So I just don't have an easy answer. I know that I it's yeah. See right here it says captivating single player campaign right here, and then it says powerful new titans. Your titan is your your titan. Then it says deeper multiplayer action. So I simply got it for this, the captivating single player campaign, because it is very good. So it does have a multiplayer action thing on it. I just can't get into that, but I love those titans that you jump into. But anyway, I just was looking at this game, and the reason why I was bringing it up because I was like, man, I really need to finish this game, man. I was like, man, you need to really finish this game, Vic. I'm trying to figure out how to take one day and just maybe put a 4-hour pop and say, you play this game for 4 hours, no matter how far you make it, even if you only make a little progress, because sometimes these games are just full of so much stuff you got to do. It takes a while to get through them, you know what I'm saying? So I love this game, y'all, and this is a game that I popped in and I never got tired. And I thought I heard on some other, how we all get on YouTube and we listen to stuff on YouTube, and I was like, they was talking about there's rumors they might make a new Titanfall, and they're not going to do it, so they decided not to do it, and maybe there's just no money in it and stuff like that, because a lot of these companies that make video games, man, they're all about the money, and they don't think they're going to make a profit, and they ain't going to make a profit like they want. Maybe they want, I don't know how they think, but at least we have this one. And this is a very, very good game. I just need to finish it because I know I'm almost at the end. If I can get through that one wall jump thing, I'll be all right. I get frustrated sometimes, so I put games down for like a year. And then I might get back on. All of a sudden, I get through that part, and I'm like, oh my God. And then I'll blow through it. And then I finally get on YouTube and say, I finally finished the game, man. I had so much fun. Yeah, I know this game is old and blah, blah. But yeah, it feels good when you complete a game. And I will be completing some of these games. It's just, this is not one of those games I'm at the end. I just got frustrated with this one wall jump, man. Sometimes I get in there and I spent, man, 2 hours trying to get through this wall. I even tried to hit options to get past just to see if they let you go past that part, so to just get on the other side just to go through the campaign, but they won't let you do it. You got to learn how to jump that wall. Yeah, man. Titanfall 2. This is the reason why I love collecting physical copies, y'all. It's very important, man. It's good preservation, man. You know what I mean? So, thanks for watching. God bless.